great connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 7, Dalton, the tight end, C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Dalton. And Eifert has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Dalton, bootlegs out. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Oh, it is my phone.
Now Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
Does look like another 3-and-out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit. We're not even at halftime.
Returnable for Sherrills. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not only going to catch the football, he's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yards.
Get on my way, boy.
He's still barreling through. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Meredith, 51 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Is MVP on the scoreboard.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Looks good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. That was hit, and Dalton lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
I think they're going to have to make some decisions here. That's the second fumble here in the first quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys continue to pour it on.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara.
But look at it,
dude.
Look how back in the boy on the it's good. Oh, it's good.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
That's good.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points.
He's a X Factor now, baby!
We always hear about
number 94, whatever his last name is.
Worse than others. You get an empty possession, put the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's
going to be a
long day for you.
And now the throw pulled in by Green.
Yeah, I jumped
so
over.
many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On the screen, Bernard.
And
he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33.
They went backwards.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
I'm going.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he is finally out of bounds across midfield at the 40-yard line. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now Breeze finding Kamara.
Trying to make an X-Factor.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And then not out of the
The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well.
It's whatever.
Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking.
Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. I thought he had the angle along that sideline. Didn't quite get there, though.
Didn't quite get there, but they did keep him from getting into the end zone.
And they'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz to try to end the PAT. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Oh, that's another good one. Okay, like I thought. Yeah, what? Okay, like I thought. Okay, like I thought. Okay, yeah, okay, like I thought. Okay, it's over. That sounds so good.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no in capital letters.
Hey, if I would have got back
team
there,
takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of the Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Looking to throw on second down. Dalton, Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. Third down here. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down. And I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Sherrills to return it.
I really didn't think about it.
Extending
Get
the
off
arm.
me,
yes,
kicker!
it works.
Like,
Very
you're not
good
getting me.
inside.
Yeah. You shouldn't have called it back.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Yeah, try
A
it. Get better at the
77-yard
game.
punt return.
Get better
As
at
these guys
the game.
continue to put this one out
Like,
of
get
reach.
off me, kicker. Or
Well,
whoever
it
that
certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it?
Get
No
off
matter
me.
what they do,
Then
it's going to
stiff
work.
arm. Get
That
off
might be the
me.
absolute crusher right there.
Like,
A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a
Didn't
lot
say you
of
could be
crushers
on
in
me.
this game. This lead just gets
You got
bigger.
off me, bro.
Lutz with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there.
That was an easy kick return. I knew I was going to get it.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Throwing again on second down. Dalton, he's got Green. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Andy Dalton now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Here's Dalton, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Andy Dalton. That's complete. Bernard. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 37. Bullock's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's halftime here on Sports Grandest. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again at Super Bowl 54. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a safe touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
So bad.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Oh, come on.
This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy.
One person. Stay in here, that one person.
He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey,
comment
ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
He's healing. He's healing. He's healing.
Touchdown of the Super Bowl as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, it's called a hat trick and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, filet at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He's first time.
Filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went
for in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Dalton now to pass. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Pushing him, and he's into the end zone. A fumble return, and a Saint touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Sherrills. And he scored! Touchdown, New Orleans! An impressive 75-yard punt return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Everybody was watching.
Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
JKT. Set hot.
Throwing, Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Joe Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Come on.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
We saw him trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay. I was going like that. Okay.
On third and long, it's Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Breeze looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to our 3rd and 3. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Andy Dalton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And Dalton to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Nowhere.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. This will be Dalton again. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Throw from Dalton, taken in by Eifert. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. Here in this 4th quarter.
You scared?
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 50. The 40, past the 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground, and then this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints defense, we watch them get set to go. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Dalton, and he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw here, Dalton. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 34. And Bullock will put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Powers through. Whoa! It still won't go down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with continue to put. Well, what we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken tackles, and they're leading to a huge touchdown play.
Yeah, none of them more glaring than what we just saw there, but we've seen it throughout this game, whether it's in tight, running through the line. runners down very well. I have a feeling they'll be in pads a lot next week, working on their tackling.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. And it'll be Dalton again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw. And they're under 200 yards passing for the game. So they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions.
Woo!
And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Finished the game. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoy. So like and subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next video. Peace y'all. Subscribe if you enjoyed it.